Hi, my name is Akash and I'm a rising junior at Cupertino High School. For my starter project, I chose a Mini POV3, which is a device that displays a message when shaken laterally through 8 LEDs. One skill I gained through working on my starter project was soldering, which came in very useful for my main project. My main project is the DIY activity tracker, and I chose this project as I wanted a project that had a software aspect as well as a hardware aspect. Now on to the demo. As you can see, when I shake the project, the graph modulates, displaying the data that it's receiving from the accelerometer. When I flip the switch, the project gets turned on and the accelerometer reads the acceleration on the project. The Bluetooth module allows for a wireless connection, and the microcontroller executes these functions. The accelerometer uses a piezoelectric effect, in order to gain the acceleration data. The Bluetooth module is a slave module, meaning that it can receive and transmit data to and from a master device, such as a smartphone. And the microcontroller allows me to upload code onto it and execute the function that I wanted to do. I faced challenges in 2 areas while working on this project: programming and soldering. This is because I had little to no experience in these areas before coming to Bluestem. For programming, I picked up the concept pretty quickly, but I had trouble changing the code in order for it to work for my project. And for soldering, I had trouble creating solder bridges and not shorting all my components together. For my modification, I plan on making my project smaller, as my project currently is a little bit clunky. I plan to do this by ordering smaller components and sewing them onto a wristband. Overall, my experience at Bluestem has been amazing. I've found new friends, and it was a whole new experience, and I might continue building projects on my own after this program. Thank you. Questions?
Just curious, between the hardware and the software, what was in each one, what was your favorite and worst parts of those two?
Hardware, I have to say my favorite part was actually soldering. Even though I had trouble with it, it was a challenging and fun sort of thing. I'd say there weren't that many difficulties in the hardware area, but the most boring part was wiring everything together. Software, generally, I found it easy to understand the code, but when it came to modifying it for my own use case, I found it difficult and not so interesting as well. Alec?
Can you actually wear it?
Yes, you can wear it. Oh.
How are you going to put it onto a wristband? Like, what are you going to use to sew it and make it all work together?
Oh, so the components I have are sewable components, so they have pins, and I could use conductive thread in order to sew it all together.
I know one of the problems that some other people who were building wearable technology faced with the conductive thread was it like shorting when they moved the actual band. Do you have like a preliminary plan to prevent that, or like obviously don't done
Yeah.
that?
So that's because sometimes the thread can become loose, but if you sew it enough times up and down, like, it's most likely not going to happen.
So you're able to capture accelerometer data from the wristband, and you move it to the app. So what are you planning to do with that data?
The accelerometer data is just one part of it, but there's another aspect which I didn't record was it can measure steps as well and the amount of calories you've burned. I mean, Oscar.
I'm gonna look that similar.
Are you planning to make a modification for like detecting heartbeats?
No, I'm not